Hello, friends. Greetings from nutritionwithvibha.com. I'm Vibha Hasija, and in this episode, we will look at a very, very interesting concept of gut health. So, I'm sure your attention has spiked up here because right now, this is the hot topic of discussion, whether it is among nutritionists or whether it is among the lay public. So, what we have come to realize right now is that the intestinal health, or gut health, as we call it, is a key to health and is the reason the faulty gut health is a reason for diseases. Almost every disease condition is related or can be related, or we can find some associations with gut health, and therefore it becomes very important to address it. There are multiple things we can talk about gut health, but today I will just look at three important points. One is, what is it what does it feel like when the gut is not functioning well? A person whose intestines are not functioning well, may it be that the structure of the intestine is not good enough, or may it be that the bacterial component in the intestine is not the right composition. So at this point, you will ask me the question, what do we mean by bacteria in the gut? So most of us must have already read it, but I must put this on record that our intestines do house bacteria. And there are bacteria which are good ones, meaning the ones which form a symbiotic relationship with our metabolism, with our functioning, and make substances which benefit our health. Yes, they can actually produce chemicals which will have a positive effect right at the intestine also, and after absorption, possibly in other organs, like, for example, the liver, like, for example, the brain. It can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and cause an effect, a positive effect. It can be negative effect by the negative microorganisms also, but it can cause an effect in the brain. And that is huge for us to understand, because we can really change a lot of things once we understand that. So when we look at intestinal health, it is the structure of the intestine, yes, and it is also the composition of the bacteria in the intestine. Are the bacteria present more the kind which are beneficial, or is it the kind which is harmful? So, and it's a balance of the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, or the harmful ones and the beneficial ones, which actually has a big effect on how we are in health, how we are in terms of disease, even in terms of our some personality traits, some way of functioning of the brain. All of this is affected. And this is meaning that it has huge implications in what we need to do with our diet and lifestyle. So the second aspect is, what does a person who has, wrong gut health or compromised gut health, what do they feel? They would have acidity or bloating or constipation or diarrhea or irregular bowel habits, and the quality of life is not good among this. They may feel indigestion. So some of this is there at the level of the intestine, but also what we look at is, it could be the cause of the starting of hypertension or high cholesterol levels or many other diseases in the body. It can even affect the liver functioning. It can even affect the cognitive functioning, the brain functioning, memory, degenerative diseases of the brain, and so many other issues. So a person who's feeling bloated and constipated and pain in the stomach and not really feeling good at the level of the gut, especially these are the symptoms, which means that the other diseases can be brewing underneath it all. And therefore, coming to the third point, what do we do? So just a few simple things that we need to look at. The way our life is, the way our lifestyle is, does affect the gut. So if you're not sleeping well, our body is perceiving that as stress. If we are not having any activity level, that's not right for the body. If we are stressed, okay, the cortisol levels are high, we are, work life balance is out of place, the gut is not going to be in good shape. Okay, so the lifestyle is really very important. And coming to diet, choosing right foods. If we are choosing too much of sugar, then the bacteria which metabolize sugar into other products, or fungal presence, candida, which can metabolize the sugar into alcohol, those kind of issues are seen. So it depends on what bacteria we want in the gut. We can actually farm our gut. We can cultivate the bacteria that we want in our gut. By how? By eating foods which are the fuel for the right kind of bacteria. So there are two terms that you may have talked about, may have heard about: probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are foods which already have bacteria in it, like yogurt, for example, like curd, and many other fermented foods in our traditional cultures. Pickles are fermented, they have some kind of bacteria present in it. And that's our traditional way of making sure that we get the good bacteria into our diet. And the second is a prebiotic, which is actually food for the bacteria that we want to grow. So if you're going to eat a lot of protein, red meat, the bacteria that grow will be the ones that's going to use red meat for its fuel, which are not, and the byproducts it makes are not the ones which are always beneficial to us. Right? So we have to balance out what is our source of protein, some vegetable, some non-veg protein, lean meat, and temper it in our diet. Okay. And we also need to be eating whole grains, whole flours, our millets, our pulses, fruit, vegetable, nuts. When we eat that kind of a diet, what happens is that it has some prebiotics. One example I'll give you is inulin present in it, which actually helps the right bacteria to grow. So it's as simple as that. Think of you being a farmer of good bacteria in the gut. So coming back to the fact that, gut, it's not just a tube open at both ends. It is very dynamic tissue, and gut health is paramount for health otherwise. So if you want to prevent disease, if you want to maintain health, if you want to have good cognition, we want to have good skin and youth and beauty and productivity and do everything right and have a good quality of life, gut health is very important. So visit our blog, where we have an entire blog on gut health, and we'll be coming out with a series of articles on gut health and what we can do to improve it, with recipes and so on. So write into us with your queries. Write into us if you want to have a personalized plan for you for bettering your gut health, a consultation for a diet. We are here to hold your hand and to help you. Go to our blog, like and subscribe and share it. And meanwhile, take care of your gut, eat well, stay nourished, stay blessed.